Good morning, everyone. Today is day 2, second full day of the trip. I'm just gonna say it like that since I technically missed the entire first day of my trip. Today we are going dog sledding and ice fishing. I got back last night and found out that my dorm mate, Rachel, she is going to be doing the ice fishing as well, and she has agreed to go do the dog sledding with me. And she has a rental car, and we are going to try and get all the ice and snow off the rental car so that we can get on the road and go to that. Slept really, really well last night. Like, I slept really well. I don't know if it was because I was so tired, but this mattress for my back, I know I've mentioned before that I have a really bad back, but the mattress is amazing. I'm gonna have to find out what it's made out of. It kind of almost feels like foam, and I've never really slept on a foam mattress, but I'll find out. It was cozy. I got a bit of a thicker blanket before I went to bed last night. The only thing is with the setup in the hostel here, and I will give you a tour of the hostel. The setup here is that there is a room off to the side. The Billy, who owns it, tries to keep everyone separate, like the girls with the girls, the guys with the guys. So me and Rachel are in one room, the guys are in another room, and the guys kept getting up during the night and going to the bathroom. And there are some motion sensor lights that kept coming on, and then at one point one of them turned on the actual overhead light, which woke both of us up. For tonight, I'll just wear an eye mask. Problem solved. If the noise bothers me, I do have noise canceling earbuds that I can put in. So yeah, that's not bad. I figure if I do all of that tomorrow, I should sleep really well. So yeah, I'm hoping today to try and get as much footage as possible for the dog sledding and the ice fishing. I don't know how they are about cameras. But if I am able to get anything, I will definitely take videos. Let me look. I'm scared to look. So today, if I can get back, there we go. According to the Weather Channel, I have the Weather Channel app. Today is a high of 1. But a low of -5, so that's good. But it is a 47% chance of snow. It looks like the next 3 days it's going to be snowing a lot, like a full-blown snowstorm come in. So the likelihood of me seeing the aurora borealis during that time is very slim. I went out last night and looked, and it was just pouring down snow. So I knew there was no way I was going to see it. But I still have several days on the trip. We shall see. I am going to go outside right now and try to help Rachel with the rental car, getting the snow and ice off of it so we can get on the road. And I will see all of you in a little bit. As you can see in the video, the dog sled dogs love doing what they do. They're so eager to just take off on the rides. I booked the dog sledding through Rod's Alaskan guide service. This company offers several different options for activities in Alaska, whether the dog sledding or the ice fishing, snowmobiles, tons of stuff you can do. And for each one, they have different packages. I ended up purchasing the 1-hour package. They also have a 30-minute one and a 2-hour one. I would recommend doing the hour. I feel like 30 minutes is not quite long enough to get a good experience,
but it is extremely cold when you do this, so I feel like 2 hours is a little much. Unfortunately, on this day, I completely forgot to bring my hand warmers, so my hands and feet were freezing, even though I had my wool socks and my boots, and I had my mittens on, and the exposed part of my face was extremely cold, so cold that my eyelashes were actually sticking together, so I had to blink a lot. When you purchase the ticket, you can't purchase just one ticket. You have to buy two if you're going by yourself. And all of the different dog sledding services that I researched, they are all like this. You have to buy two tickets if you are by yourself. And the reason for that is the way that you are seated in the actual sled. You're doing it tandem, so it's one person sits down and then the other person basically straddles the other person behind them. So that would be a little awkward for two strangers to do that together. However, because Rachel did this with me, we were just comfortable being two women sitting there together. And Rachel, she offered to drive us there, and then she also offered to buy me food for my tour tomorrow. So I figured with the cost of her driving us there and back and the cost of my food for my tour tomorrow, that basically was allowing me to recoup my money for that second ticket. Kristen was our guide for this tour, and these are actually her dogs. She knows each one of them intimately as far as their names, their personalities, how well each dog works with the other dog, and Kristen gave us a wonderful tour. She explained a lot of the history of the area. She described what the area looks like in the summer, and when you take these tours, a lot of times not only do you get to sit in the sled, but you can also drive the sled, shall we say. Pretty much what happens is one person is sitting in the sled and the second person is standing on the back of the sled with the guide. The only thing is it's the guide is on one rail and the other person is standing on the other rail. So when I was driving the sled, Kristen was on the left-hand side and both of her feet were on the left-hand side, and I was on the right side with both of my feet on the right-hand side. If you're not very good with balance or, having your feet in very narrow spaces, especially while moving, it can be a little difficult, but if you can do it, I recommend it because it's pretty fun. The snow, because there was a lot of snowfall from the night before, it was not as bumpy as it could be. You do hit a few little bumps along the way, but the more snowfall, the less bumps you will feel. But it's a great tour, and I recommend doing the dog sledding. Okay, so we are at the ice fishing. We are in the little cabin, and I wanted to give everyone a tour of the cabin. So we have a window over here. So if you do the night fishing, then you could look out and see if there is an aurora. And then on the other end of the cabin, you have a window that way as well. You do have a stove down here, and then on the ground you'll see there's 8 spots there, 8 spots there, and they just drill in and that's where you fish. We do have our little teeny tiny fishing rods. I've never fished with little fishing rods like that, but it's a nice little cabin for us to fish in. Just got the fire started, so it's going to be very toasty in here for the next 4 hours, and hopefully we get to
catch a whole bunch of fish because we're hungry. We want to eat. That is one cool thing about this tour, is that not only do you get to fish, but what you catch you do get to eat. That way you're not wasting the fish. But hopefully I can get some shots of us actually fishing if I don't drop my GoPro into the lake, because that would suck. And we'll see how it all goes.
Try not to land in your lap.
No, you're fine.
I booked the Arctic ice fishing tour with, again, Rod's Alaskan Guide Service. I purchased one ticket. For this, you can purchase only a single ticket, and I purchased the 4-hour package. They do have another package that includes an aurora borealis viewing, where you can stay out even later and try to chase the aurora borealis. Trevor was our guide for the fishing. He, again, was awesome. He fed us some reindeer sausage to hold us over until we could actually eat our fish. There are restrooms just a little small walk away from the cabin, which is on a frozen lake. And then you can go outside during the fishing and get some fresh air. The cabin got very warm, so I did go outside a few times just to kind of cool off. And while I was outside, I did manage to catch the aurora borealis. I caught it on my phone. My GoPro did not catch it, did not have the settings right, but at least I got to see the aurora borealis. Not everyone caught fish. I managed to catch one fish, but there was one gentleman there who caught several, and we caught enough fish to where at least everyone in our group could have one fish for dinner. And then Trevor let us fish even longer, even after we were eating, just, to see if we could catch more. He put a fish monitor down where we could actually watch the fish in the lake trying to go for our bait. So that was pretty fun. He allowed us to watch him while he was preparing the fish, and he cooked it with a lemon pepper sauce, which was really good. And it was the freshest salmon I've ever had. So yeah, it was a great experience. I recommend doing the Arctic ice fishing. The guides do tell you a little bit about the history of the area and the history of Alaskans and their role with the ice fishing. So yeah, you should definitely check out the ice fishing.